Hey, what's up? It's the normal playing guy. Right, Prime Battle LRTN, not to be confused with Dokkenfest Tien. This one came out a little bit before. Actually, when did he come out? 2022. Okay, so yeah, he had his Easy A, no doubt, alongside the Dokkenfest, right? So it's two LRTNs. Brilliant. This is his basic effect. I hate it when they still do numbers, right? It's mad that this is the thing. It's only for like Prime Battle LRs, which is pretty bizarre. But sure. Do you know, this seemed pretty reasonable as well. Plenty of attack going on here, right? So sure. But now he'll have his Easy A. It all gets transformed into... Well, it did get transformed into numbers, but hey. So rather than having 10,300 to attack, you've now got 103% to attack and defense. And you have an additional attack. Okay, what's his stats? Coming in with, and these will be totally free, so you can absolutely look at this. 12,060 in defense, 19,018 in attack, and a whopping 25,000, nearly 26k on health. So pretty tanky as a dude. So 103% stats, launches additional attack. 3 key for the first 10 turns with a damage reduction rate of 13% for the first 10 turns. Okay. Extreme class enemy, you get an additional 3 key and an additional attack for 10 turns. And that would reset every 10 rather than this. So, you're getting a huge amount of key. For every attack you're performing, you get stats 10,300. And that goes up to 100. What number is that? 1,300,000. Okay, so it goes up to something ridiculous. Hey, yeah, 1,030,000. Wow. Okay, sorry. Every attack you perform, you get 103,000. Goes to 1,030,000. Okay, so your stats go up by a million. Really? Okay, sure. You can have a million attack and defense. I like it. 12 or more key, high chance of performing a crit. Okay, so that's a 50% to crit. 18 or more key, you get an additional 20% to crit, so that's 70%. Wow, okay, so this is where the stats come into play. 18 or more key get you an additional 103%. Okay, when activating your active skill, or with full maxed out key, even more attack, and at this point is guaranteed crits. 50% or more health, guaranteed super attack, additional, and 3 key. Anyway, and when your HP is less, you only get 10 key. Your super attack, now, I don't think they did anything prior. Let's have a look. Don't think they did. No, they didn't. A little bit of attack, if anything. Now your 12 key, 30% for the turn, greatly lowers attack. That is a 30% debuff. Your 18 key raises attack by 103%. So that's actually more than massively raise attack. Massively raise attack and then 3%. But you sacrifice HP. I forgot. The active skill is probably going to be the same. Let's double check, but I'm pretty certain it is. 10 key, 30%, 4th turn, once only. Yeah, it is. You get 10 key, 30% defense for the turn. Okay, so it all based up, so every attack performed. Okay, well I see, you do your normal, and then you've got one here, and then you've got one more here. So, and then your hidden potential system, even if that is a normal or not. So you can do up to 4 attacks. So then that's 4. If you get 100, so you only realistically need 10 attacks. 4 of them is going to be here. So you're almost halfway to this. So your next turn, you'll be over halfway. So it might take a few rotations, but you can get your million. There is a little bit of here, there, and everything, because we got a little bit of crit, and we got damage reduction. It's a bit of some, just doesn't have dodge. We have 3 key, so that's 6. I mean, I know it's only for 10 turns, but it still counts. 3, 6, 9. Pretty insane. and then of course you'll have 6 from here. So you're going to auto super whenever you really rock in anything. Actually, 4 key 150% for Saiyan Saga beats most yellow coin LRs back in the day. Then your links. Shattering the Limit and Shocking Speed can get you plenty of key. Do you know what? I don't think it's going to be a real big issue getting 24 key for the extra, for basically guaranteed crits. I don't think it is. 50% HP or less and you have 10 key, that guarantees you'll have 24 key. So it guarantees you're basically, well, all but guarantees you're going to have a high attack stat, right? That's kind of the whole point. And then of course you'll trigger this. Maybe, I mean, to finish off an opponent if you really need a heavy hit, sure, because again, you know, you're going to lose. Potentially you could heal up depending on stacking units. They could heal. Yeah, okay. So you could save off. If you went for your 12 key, what do you get? 50% chance to crit. That's not bad. That's actually okay. You still get an additional super attack. You still get stats, right? You still get 30% defense if you're struggling with that. You still get more attack. So it's not, this still builds. You still get an additional attack. You still get damage reduction. So it's not bad. So you could avoid the 18 key if absolutely necessary. His team is really going to be his limitation. Yes, the new LRTN, I'm afraid though, by the way, is the same name. You ain't running him, period. So it's one or the other. If you didn't summon, there is this guy. He's not going to be terrible, if anything. And for Earthlings in general, slash Saiyan Saga, he's going to be okay. Again, you can rock him on Earthbred, Earthlings and Saiyan Saga, and you're not going to have a terrible amount. You're not going to have a terrible time. With Easy A Yamcha coming in, Easy A will tournament Tien and Chaozu, because you know, there's Chaozu in the name. Krillin's reasonable. There are a few reasonable, I mean, like Easy A here, he's pretty powerful. There are a few Saiyan Saga super class units which will work out for you. You don't really rock him on Crane School, so that would mean then that a lot of the mission execution stuff and Earthlings based around Tau wouldn't work. Mind you, Tau, you could still rock him as a guest because of his power. But that being said, as a Prime battle goes, it's okay. They're still using this, but they're using it in the way where you can get up to 1 million. Literally 1 million. You can have literally a whole million could come in. And that's going to be pretty funky, right? This guy is going to have 1 million attack and defense, which I suppose in the grand scheme of things is pretty good, because how many units can come out with that as they enter the turn? But yeah, all right. But anyway, sure. Yeah, okay. That's going to be it. It's free to play. It's easy enough to do. You don't strictly need to do the bonus missions. I believe it's Saiyan Saga and Earthlings or something like that you got to use to get the bonus medals. It just saves a bit of time, but it's not terribly difficult. You basically just rock. Well, you can just go. You can now see what everybody else uses as a team, but basically you just use Ginyu Force, don't you, and just crush it, right? You just keep Guldo away. But other than that, yeah, just go Ginyu and crush it. But that's it for now anyway. It's been a pleasure. It's been a decent LR. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Thanking you all, and bye bye.